Many music lovers believe that vinyl is the sweetest sound in the world, the highest quality, and that nothing can actually be better. Allow me to disagree with you. I specifically bought myself a whole bunch of records from different pressings. Here there are both used records and new records. And for about a year and a half now, I've been listening to music on records, well, from time to time, not all the time, because my main format is still digital, and I've formed a certain impression regarding the vinyl format. We have two turntables in our studio. One turntable is the Teak TN3B, which costs about 450 euros at retail. It's quite a good turntable, it sounds good. The only thing that annoys me about it is the rather noticeable level of noise, because it really hums, it makes noise. And the second turntable that we recently got is the Dual CS 529, a German turntable automatic, which retails for 999 euros. And I really like this turntable. Besides that, my opinion was definitely influenced by listening to music at various collectors' places who just love vinyl, and I got a chance to listen to vinyl setups that are very expensive. For example, I'll tell you that just the cartridge on one of the collector's turntables I listened to cost 5,000 euros. Just the cartridge, I'm not even talking about everything else. And to get rid of that noise from the turntable, people have built special foundations under the floor in their listening rooms, where they place the turntable stand. That's to get rid of the noise. So the noise and resonances of vinyl is not a myth, it's the reality for any music lover. So what about the sound quality of vinyl? Vinyl records all sound very different, and actually getting really high sound quality from them is honestly difficult. First of all, you'll need knowledge to properly put together and set up a vinyl system. And secondly, you'll need money, because getting sound out of vinyl is expensive. But regarding the quality of the recordings, for example, I was quite surprised by the good quality of recordings from the Audiophile label. I'm generally skeptical about all these Soviet productions. First, the performers are excellent and the recording quality is good, but nothing really stands out as super impressive. Some Melodia recordings are even in mono. They're quite old and worn out. Still, they sound good, but the band space, of course, is an exception. It really sounds bad. What did I like in terms of sound quality? Well, for example, the Latvian record label Yersika Records. Here I'm showing you this label. These are guys who record music in Riga. They have their own studio. They record on Studer. And of course, they also make a digital copy of it. Then they send the records for pressing. Well, it depends. Sometimes to Austria, sometimes to Germany, sometimes somewhere else. And usually they have very high quality covers. The paper is very thick. And, well, inside, of course, there are additional materials. The vinyl is usually 180 grams. 10K, well, as you can see, Yersika Records, a fully analog recording. 180-граммовый винил. And it already actually sounds very good. And this is our Riga-based record label, and such a record probably costs about 35 euros, which isn't that expensive. For example, another record that I bought recently, also Yersika Records. The band Otis recorded it from 1987 to 1988. They took an old analog recording from the archives of either Latvian television or radio. They digitized it, did the mastering, sent it to Austria, and pressed this record. The record is magnificent. It sounds very good, very stable. 180-gram vinyl, magnificent. Magnificent print quality, magnificent cover. Exquisite design, and I really like it. What I like about vinyl is that you can actually touch it, feel it. You can put it on the turntable and listen to it. It sounds... Otis, the band Otis sounds really solid. I recommend giving this record a listen. The music, well, obviously it's very similar to all the other music from the 80s, but it's performed really well. The songs are really good. The recording quality throughout the album fluctuates a bit. Some tracks are recorded better, some a little worse, but overall it's average to good. What surprised me is that audiophile vinyl releases can actually sound pretty bad. But let me give you one example. So, let's remove the unnecessary stuff. Well, for example, my favorite example is Tony O'Malley Audiophile Selection. This record costs 70 euros. It's really expensive. When I bought it, I thought, now I'll put this record on the turntable and experience the real magic of that sweet vinyl sound. You know, guys, Audiophile Selection is complete junk. Tony O'Malley put in the effort, he sang, and these songs, well, you just can't find them in digital releases. They're simply not there. But the way they recorded that one, damn, record labels should just be executed for that. It sounds so dull and crappy that I don't even want to talk about it, and at the same time, 180-gram vinyl. Everything seems neat, everything looks nice, audiophile selection, and Tony O'Malley made an effort, recorded for them, but damn, the sound is crap. And interestingly, I have a Japanese artist, Hiroshi Suzuki. This is some kind of special super duper record label, a jazz label, limited edition. 180-gram vinyl, gold ink. Gold ink, gold print, well, whatever. Actually, this record sounds really good. Even though it's vinyl, of course, it's very hard for vinyl to reach digital in terms of sound quality. But nevertheless, this little record sounds great, really pleasant to listen to. The recording quality is very good. It has excellent material and is a pleasure to listen to. I bought it slightly used, so it was in mint condition, but I recommend it. If you find a record like this, be sure to listen to it. It's awesome. These are my two favorite records, Blade Runner. One is performed by Vangelis. I bought it new. It sounds pretty good. For vinyl, of course. But if I want to listen to it in really good quality, I just play the digital album. I think it's even available on Tidal in 24-bit high-res. And the sound there is just amazing. But when you want that vinyl magic and that feeling of touching the cover, looking at beautiful photos, immersing yourself in the atmosphere of the movie, then of course you have to get the vinyl. And the second edition, Blade Runner, this is the New American Orchestra. This is an instrumental performance of all the same tracks. It doesn't sound as good as Vangelis, it's a bit simpler. But still, the atmosphere of the instrumental performance is very good. I really like this record. I enjoy listening to it from time to time, so if you have the chance to get one, be sure to find it and buy it. I bought this particular one in mint condition on Discord or Disclog, well, somewhere on the internet. I'm still not very familiar with all these things, so correct me in the comments. What I'm trying to say with all this is that vinyl in general isn't really about sound quality. Vinyl is an era, it's a huge body of musical information. It's a huge part of culture. These are musicians who have been recorded from the 1950s to the present day. And they were recorded on vinyl not because vinyl sounds very good, but because there was no other alternative. Vinyl, from the 1950s to the 1980s before digital appeared, was practically the only available inexpensive medium for music. Yes, I know cassettes also appeared, but recording music on a cassette was also quite difficult, and you could make compilations on cassettes which you couldn't do on vinyl. But nevertheless, vinyl is history, vinyl is a process, vinyl is culture. Vinyl is a feeling, it's tactile. Damn, guys, you have to admit, it's nice to have some records in your collection to sit there like, this audiophile one sounds terrible, and this one, which isn't audiophile, sounds great. And, for example, this one also isn't audiophile, it's recorded entirely in analog, recorded in Riga, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So vinyl always varies a lot in terms of sound, and actually that's interesting, really interesting. It's really interesting to search for some rare editions. It's very exciting to get them, very exciting to unpack them. It's interesting to put them on the turntable, and it's interesting to listen to that crackling sound. All of this is really interesting. It's a process, it's a culture, guys. It's not about quality. So if you're looking for vinyl of some particular quality, it's going to be very expensive, and you still won't achieve it because every record, even on an expensive, properly set up system, will sound different, tested and proven. This was Arkady Zenin from Premium Hi-Fi. We're located in Riga, and we connect people with sound. That's all for now. And may the force of the sound that's right for you be with you. Come visit us.